Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Rita's Book Club. This week I'm reviewing The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. As I said in my previous video, this book is set in the same universe as The Soulmate Equation and also deals with the genetically premise. I was instantly drawn to this book after learning that the book was going to recreate the whole reality show premises, which I'm a sucker for. Felicity Fizzy-Chen is lost. Sure, she's got an incredible career as a beloved romance novelist with a slew of bestsellers under her belt, but when she's asked to give a commencement address, it hits her. She hasn't been practicing what she has preached. Fizzy hasn't ever really been in love. Lust, definitely, but that soon worthy can stop thinking about him, all-encompassing feeling. Nope, nothing. So, what happens when all the optimism she has spent her career encouraging in readers starts to feel like a lie? Connor Priest, documentary filmmaker and single father, loves his work in large part because it allows him to live near his daughter. But when his profit-minded boss orders him to create a reality TV show, putting his job on the line, Connor is out of his element. Desperate to find his romantic lead, a chance run-in with an exasperated Fizzy offers Connor the perfect solution. What if it could show the queen of romance herself falling head over heels for all the world to see? Fizzy gives him a hard pass unless he agrees to her list of demands. When he says yes and production on the True Love Experiment begins, Connor wonders if that perfect match will ever be in the cue cards for him too. But when the lights come on and all eyes are on her, it turns out that the happily ever after Fizzy at all but giving up on might lie just behind the camera. As I said in my previous video, I actually read this book before I read The Soulmate Equation, so I was a bit confused about how genetically worked. But I was obsessed with the story from the very first moment we get to read an interaction between Fizzy and Connor. Their banter was so fucking good. I can deal just thinking about it. It really was so amazing to read about them getting to know each other, but also knowing pretty early on that they were it. I loved their honest talks about their past, present, and future, the way they open up to each other, but the level of understanding was what truly made them so perfect together. I laughed a lot with them and their crazy moments, but I think that I especially adore the moment Fizzy gave him an actual list of troops he had to follow in order to cast the men for the show. It was so hilarious to see Connor trying to figure out what each troop meant. I really loved Fizzy right away in this book. She was sassy, feisty, honest, and not afraid to be herself and say what she wanted. I think that made her such a powerful main character, and it was so interesting to see her development through the whole story and realize that she was more than a writer, a friend, a daughter, and a sister. And then Sweet Connor. When I read that he was British, I was already convinced of his power as a male main character, but I loved how he was so honest and caring of everyone around him, and later on we learn about his own personal growth journey, and it's so lovely to see him live up to his potential and how he was able to make amends with his ex-wife. Also, he was a single father too, just like Jess, and it was so cute to see his interactions with his daughter Stevie. He was such a caring and present father, and he encouraged his daughter and their tastes a lot. I loved the scene where he and Fizzy took the girls to the boy band concert. It was so cute and hilarious to read about them all together just having fun. Finally, I got to say that I really loved how the authors were able to bring up the characters of the Soulmate Equation, Jess, River, and Juno, and make them part of the story too. I said before that I was obsessed with Fizzy's friendship with Jess, but I also loved the moments where River was also present and that teasing relationship was shown. And of course, the moments that might have stole my heart were actually between Fizzy and Juno. We know that in the previous book they are super close, but I really loved how an older Juno just was totally giving her and all the important advice in her romantic life. It was amazing. So as always, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at ritasbookclub for more content. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Happy readings.